Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to show you on how to get $185,000 from Navy Federal. Alright, let's get straight into it. Credit cards. $80K across 3 cards. The first thing you guys need to know is the credit cards. People know about this, but we're just going to recap this. You can get $80K across 3 cards, so it's not $80,000 on the flagship and 50 and 50. You can only have $80,000 in credit limit across 3 credit cards. These are revolving accounts as well. Now, what people love about the Navy Federal credit cards is there are no balance transfer fees, no foreign transaction fees. You can freeze your card and 0 liability. All that is nice, but there are no balance transfer fees, no cash advance fees, and all these cards go up to $50,000. The greatest Navy Federal cards is that you have a $10,000 limit. They may give you a cash advance limit of $5,000. You can move $5,000 from your credit card into your checking account without any fees and without paying any extra interest. It's like transferring your credit card into your checking or savings account. Imagine if you had $80,000 and a cash advance limit on this card of $40,000 to $50,000. Imagine what you could do with that every month for real estate, investing, stocks, for crypto, whatever you want to do. That's why people love Navy Federal credit cards so much, because of the high limits and how easy it is to liquidate these credit cards. You can also purchase a Navy Federal prepaid card, and on this Navy Federal prepaid card, you can fund it with any single credit card whatsoever, and you can put a $10,000 limit on this prepaid card. You can have up to 5 Navy Federal prepaid cards at a $10,000 limit apiece, and you can take cash right out of the ATM. You can do everything you can with a debit card. The thing that people love about these credit cards is $80,000 across 3 cards, or $80,000 on the one flagship. But you will need more than the $80,000 on the one flagship to get 2 additional cards. Personal loans, $50K. The next thing is a personal loan and a home improvement loan. Okay, what's nice about this personal loan is it goes up to $50,000. Let's say you needed quick capital immediately, didn't want to pay origination fees, and didn't do prepayment penalties. This is the best approach. It is a bank-issued loan, so it not only helps you get the $50,000 in funding, but also beefs up your massive credit profile. So this personal loan, you can go up to $50,000. People got it with no docs required and had $50K in their account within 5 minutes, no joke. There's no collateral required, so you don't have to own a home to get this. It is not a home equity loan. If we look over here, we have equity lines of credit and mortgages. But the bottom line is you can get $50,000 max from the home improvement and the personal loan. And here's another caveat. If you have a co-applicant, you can get more than $50,000 on the home improvement loan and possibly more than $50,000 on the personal loan. This one's still being discovered, but you can do 2 applicants on the home improvement and get more than $50,000 if you need to. Checking line of credit, $5K. Like the home improvement loan, you will have to call in line and get it. For a personal loan, you can apply online. It will be a personal line of credit. They call it a checking line. Okay, so that's $185,000 with no docs required. You don't need docs for the personal or home loan, and you don't need docs for checking a lot of credit. It's going to come down to many things. Get a flagship checking and a savings account. First, it will depend on how much capital you have to invest in your credit. The second thing is your credit score and your credit profile. These are 2 different things. We are about to show you this process could take anywhere from 9 to 24 months. So here's the sequence to funding. You put $5 in there, or you put $20, and then you can get a $20 result or a $5 result. Think like an investor. If you invest your money into Navy Federal to get these places to start to happen, so you get the funding, you will get all that money back. After you get the funding, you can pull out the money in the flagship or the savings. Banks love it when you put money in the account because when you do, they can lend up to 10 times the amount you put in there. So if you put $20,000 in your checking account, what will they do? They will lend up to $200,000 of what you put in there. Banks leverage your money. You are the lender, not the borrower, and the bank is borrowing from you and lending out. So get a flagship checking and a savings account to fund it as much as possible. Get the Oops Overdraft Protection. It helps you to build your internal score. It's free. There's no hard pull. It's not a hard pull for membership, so no hard pull for membership for these. You can do both of these fairly quickly. You have to wait 90 days before you get the oops overdraft protection. So that's going to be a 3-month process. People say 100 days of membership go after it. Make weekly deposits. The flagship checking account is used because it's the best and the greatest. Why would you want to go with anything else if you get dividends off your money? Not many people wouldn't recommend keeping your money in a savings account, but when you're going for funding, you want to have money in those accounts. Make weekly deposits and set up direct deposits because you will be considered active account activity. It is going to help boost your internal score. Navy Federal lends off their internal scoring model, not so much your credit report scores on TransUnion. They pull from TransUnion on the personal side and experience on the business side. All of this is just strictly personal. Do a large pledge loan. What is a pledge loan? You're pledging an amount of money to be in a certificate account. Banks lock that money and then extend you a loan based on that amount. It is money that you get back immediately. You put up $50K, get the $50K right back, and then you can pay this loan off in 6 months, or if you want 10 months, you can extend it out. But the whole process is to manufacture installments, primary trade lines. That way you can build up your credit profile. Secure your credit card. How does it work? After 3 months, you could be eligible for an upgrade if you qualify by paying your bill on time. Being a good person or a good client will provide you with additional credit to allow you to spend beyond your deposit. They keep your deposit and then extend you a larger limit. But then as of 6 months, banks will review your account monthly to see if you're eligible to have a hold removed and be upgraded to cash rewards, an unsecured credit card, and then you're going to keep your credit history. So if someone asks you if you want to get the flagship card, this is what you could do. You could put $50,000 down for a secured blue card. Use this card for 6 months. In 6 months, you get that card upgraded to an unsecured route and your $50,000 comes back to you. You will get an unsecured credit card limit of $50K, and then you can even ask for a credit limit increase to increase to $80K. Put $50K on a second card and wait 6 months to get unsecured. After that, do a credit limit increase. Try to get up to $80K in the first round. If you can't wait another 100 days and get some more increase, you ask for a product change, and it has to be into the flagship. If they deny that, apply for the flagship and then combine the credit limits, so that will be best. If you want to avoid doing the secured route and have a good credit profile, then you will use the pre-qualification tool, which will be helpful. After you click the tool, it will tell you exactly what cards you're approved for. Afterwards, you can apply for which one you like. Banks give large limits too once you're a member, so experts said anywhere from 9 to 24 months is a realistic expectation. You have to put heavy usage on your cards every month to justify larger limits if you're not going to invest, and be sure to always request 3 times your credit limit. That's how to get $185,000. It could be $195,000, but there's a maximum exposure limit and the total credit limit that banks will put on you. About Navy Federal Credit Union. Only current Navy Federal members, including active duty service members and their families, are eligible for personal loans. Any of the following qualifies you for membership at Navy Federal. Any military branch, whether in active duty, retired, or a veteran. The credit limit for the Navy Federal Platinum credit card ranges from $500 to $50,000. Every applicant accepted for the Navy Federal Platinum credit card has assured a credit limit of at least $500. However, the beginning credit limit is likely to be greater the higher the applicant's credit score and income are. If you have sufficient income to cover the loan and an active bank account, getting authorization for a personal loan from Navy Federal Credit Union is easy. Even if you fulfill all standards, Navy Federal Credit Union approval is never a given. Navy Federal provides a personal loan option to suit your particular requirements, and we could even deposit money into your bank or savings account. Navy Federal Credit Union has more than 12 million members now, up from only 7 in 1933.